Hey guys, how's it going? It's Molly. I am here today to do another installment of Shop My Stash. If you have not seen these videos from me before, here's a little rundown of what we do. First portion of the video, I chat about the items that I chose from the last rotation, give my thoughts on them, about approximately how many times I wore each of them, and then we move into the shopping portion of the video. So it's pretty, I feel like that's a pretty traditional Shop My Stash. But at any rate, why don't we just go ahead and get started? Sorry, my cat just jumped on the counter and smashed something and scared me. Whew. Okay. Sorry for the distraction. Let's start with the eyeshadow palettes, okay? Okay. Colourpop Sandstone. I chose this one. Yes, I know it's a controversial palette. I purchased it without even thinking. The color story is really pretty, okay? So it pulled me in kind of off the bat. I will say I don't know, man, if I was going to grade this, it would probably be like a B, a solid B. Color story is really pretty. The matte formula is really nice. The shimmer formula is very nice. The one formula I'm not crazy about is the matte with shimmer. And unfortunately, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those in here. The one saving grace is that the shimmer doesn't stick for very long. It might stick for like an hour or two and then it's just a matte. So I wanted to test that out and I used this shade here. What is that? Oasis. And I don't know, I think Recharge. I think I used those two in like for a look. I don't know. It was a pretty look, not my favorite, but mainly because it just ended up being matte, and I'm not crazy about all matte looks. I like shimmer. It doesn't matter. I do enjoy this palette. I don't know if I were to go back in time and, you know, figure out if I wanted to purchase this, just knowing what I know now. I don't know that I would. But I'm not upset that I have it either. So it's a good palette. I think the thing is it's not like groundbreaking. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna get rid of it. I'll use it, but like I said, if I was to go back in time and decide whether or not I was going to purchase it, I would probably skip out. But that being said, I did wear this the most. I wore this about 9 or 10 days. Bananas. I left the baby's high chair tray on the counter. I need to do the dishes. And so Bananas is up there eating some buttered noodles that were left. So if you hear some like clicking and clacking, it's Bananas doing stuff. It's all good. So anyways, this I used a lot. The other eyeshadow palette that I chose is the Juvia's Place Valhalla palette. I did use this like 4 times. Some of the times I combined these two. So I actually, now that I think about it, I think I used this 5 times. Some of my favorite looks were incorporating these mauves and purples. I really enjoyed doing that. I think that they were absolutely beautiful. I did not use any of the glitters. There are 3 pressed glitters in here. I'm not crazy about that. But I used, I used the shade Rumors. It was really pretty. It had a lot of glitter fallout though. I used both of these 2 shades. I used this, and this. So I used quite a few shades out of here. Oh, and I used this one. This is like a multi-chrome. The shade Power. It's like a green, blue, purple multi-chrome. It is gorgeous. On camera, it just looks like it's kind of a sea green shadow, but it is a multi-chrome and it is very, very pretty. I did use that. So this is a palette that even though there are 3 pressed glitters, I can look past that because the rest of the palette is so pretty. I will also say that like these reds, I'm not into. And I don't know, matte blue, that's the shade, is just not really something that I'm reaching for very often. But the rest of the palette I did wear, and I enjoyed it. So I'm happy that I have that. Okay, Let's move on to blush. I chose two blushes. I've got the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush in the shade Always Peachy. I don't like this. This is like Cheeto orange on my skin. Now I am wearing an orange blush today. Stay tuned for the Moira First Impressions video. Very, very nice. This though, this is not nice. I felt like it didn't blend out very well. It was kind of patchy and just kind of muddy on my cheeks. It wasn't a good look. I don't know. I feel like these received pretty good reviews. I think the shade also received pretty good reviews. Sorry, I got a notification on my phone. And I'm not into it really. Okay, the next thing is the Bare Minerals blush. This is an antique in the shade Glee. I don't think they sell this anymore. I haven't checked their website, but I know that it's not in stock. Like they don't have it at Ulta. Maybe on their own personal website. It is a gorgeous, like warm berry blush, and I love it. I bought this when I was in high school. I'm 35 years old, so I think it's like 20 years old. I bought this at Mall of America when I went with my family on family vacation. That is crazy. That is crazy. Is that right? That is. Oh my God. It's very old, but it still works really well. I'm not getting rid of it. It blends out like a dream, and it is a really beautiful shade. So sorry if you can't get it. Just know that it's a good one and you missed out. Okay, next, Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude Glow. It's fine. I don't know, man. It's pressed so hard in the pan that I have to take my brush and like go like this to get it to come off onto my brush. It's really weird. So I'm not loving this. It was $42. I did get it on sale in the fall VIB sale. And I think I still spent way too much. So I don't know, man. I had heard really good things about one of her other highlighters, so I thought that this one would be really good, and it was like new, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can get that for my channel, blah, blah, blah. I don't, it's fine. Like I'm probably not going to get rid of it because I spent the money on it, but I have it on today. Can you see? Can you tell? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I did buff it out, so maybe that's why it's not super visible. Let me apply some more and just see. Let me just see. Okay, that kicks it up a little bit. I mean, it is nice, like if you want just a subtle highlighter, here you go. It's pretty good. And I'm sure that if I was using a denser brush, I could get it to be just absolutely beaming. That's entirely possible. Okay, bronzer. I've got the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Sun-Kissed. So this is not bronzer or light bronzer. It's one of their other shades. I don't know what's different about it. I feel like this one might have a little bit of shimmer. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more glowy. It's really pretty. I am so bummed out that Physicians Formula isn't cruelty-free anymore. WTF. Why? Buttholes. It's a bummer. It is absolutely a bummer. Speaking of Physicians Formula, I also chose their Spotlight Primer. I didn't use it. I intentionally chose this to pair it with this Becca Foundation, and then I didn't use it. So, oh well. But for what it's worth, I do really like that. It's got a terrible smell, but it is a nice, like, glowy primer. It's nice to pair with something that's like more full coverage matte, because it helps your skin look like skin. Put that underneath the foundation. They marry together. It looks good. But anyway, foundations. I chose the No. 7 Stay Perfect foundation. This is in the shade Cool Vanilla. I don't know if it oxidizes really bad and that's why it looks warm. I don't know, man. Their shades are so bizarre. Like, this is a straight up like gray foundation. I don't know why that doesn't show you anything. It's not really gray. I don't know. It's weird. And I feel like I used to like this a whole lot more than I enjoyed it this, like, for the past couple of weeks. I have not been telling you how often I've used these things. Hold up. This blush I used 2 or 3 times. This blush I used 7 or 8 times, and then I was using some other blushes in those other times. I use this every day. And I used this every day. Okay, this foundation I used 2 or 3 times. It was fine. It just didn't, it's definitely a light to medium coverage foundation. And it is nice for what it is. So I don't know. Their shade range isn't the best though. I wish that they would do something about that. It would be nice to have like more, just some lighter shades, because this is like too dark for me. And I think it's the second lightest shade that they have. I purchased their lightest shade and the formula on that was really weird. So I don't know what the deal is with their shade range. I like I said, I wish that they would figure it out. And then for the other foundation, I used the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I got this as an add-on in a BoxyCharm, and I use this most of the time. I paired it with a facial oil. What is it? The Derma E Rosehip Seed Oil. And that was about the only way that I could get this to work for me, because it is incredibly thick and does not want to blend out unless you have a more slippery surface. So I did use this. There were a few days that I didn't use foundation. So I used this like 8 times. No. Yeah. About 8 times. And I thought for sure that when I I'm supposed to be doing a foundation declutter here soon, and I thought for sure that I would be decluttering this just because of what it is, and it's not my vibe at all. But I can make it work with that oil, and it is a good shade match. It's the foundation I have on today, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. Okay, for concealer, I've got the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. It is virtually gone. It's gone. Like, I need to take the stopper out so that I can really get in there. Am I too lazy to do that? Probably. So it may just be gone. I like it. I don't know that I like it as well as I thought I did originally, because I found some others. So I use this, I want to say like 12 times. Then because it was gone, I brought in my Catrice Liquid Camo Concealer, and this knocks the e.l.f. one out of the water. This is so, so good. It's kind of funny how you think that you love something and then you try something different. You're like, oh wait, no, I love this. I don't know about that other one. So that's kind of what happened with these concealers. I chose another highlight. Hang on a second. I do have this Becca Highlight in the shade Moonstone. So I thought that I had used my Natasha Denona one every day, and that's not the case. I know that I use this at least 2 times. It might have been 3 or 4 times. The rest of the time I was using the Denona one though. This is beautiful. Rest in peace, Becca. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens come September if they're actually going out of business. I hope they don't, because their highlighters are gorgeous. Okay. Another random eye product is the Super Shock X RBK Raw Beauty Kristi Super Shock Shadow. And did I say Super Shock? Colourpop and Raw Beauty Kristi collab. Their Super Shock Shadow in Mycelium. This is so pretty. This is so pretty. This is I think this is probably very similar in tone to what is on my eyes today, except maybe a bit lighter. I did use this once. I don't know why I didn't use it more often. I should have. I might keep it in for this next rotation just so that I can use it some more, but it's really, really pretty. It's a really beautiful shade to like put on the center of your lid to just kind of like open your eyes a little bit more and brighten things up. It's really nice. And then I did choose this Tardis Pro Glow palette. I used this highlighter stunner once or twice. It's the only highlighter in here that works for me. This one is just, it's like a weird sort of satin. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's fine. I wasn't into it. This next one has hard pan. That's that. It's pretty. It's kind of just a very subtle shade. And this one's too dark. So I did also use this cream contour a couple of times. That was kind of fun. I hadn't contoured my face in a very long time. And actually, I did use this bronzer. My goodness, I keep on going back now and remembering. So this was, I used this bronzer once. The rest of the time I was using this one. The reason I only used it once is just because the pan size, I don't know, like my brush is bigger than the pan and that always irritates me. And so I just kind of shy away from things that are like that. Okay, and then finally, we've got two lippies. I've got the Persona liquid lipstick in the shade OG and the Wet n Wild lip gloss. This was limited edition in the shade Lovebird Affair. It's just like an orange red. It's really pretty. Really, really love this. I reached for this one way more. I want to say I used OG twice. It was great for use with a mask, so I can't complain about that. The shade is maybe not my favorite, but this is beautiful. I love this because you can just like sheer it out. You know, you put it on and you kind of go over it with your finger and it gives like this. It gives like a blotted lip effect, but it's actually comfortable, not like those Colourpop ultra blotted lips that felt like garbage on your lips. This was comfortable, so I enjoyed it. Okay, so that is everything that I chose last rotation. Let's go ahead and jump into the shopping portion. Okay, you guys, so these are the things that are staying in. I technically didn't have the Tarte foundation in last time, but I never actually put it back, and I do want to just kind of finish it up. The Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer I had to pull in last rotation because my e.l.f. concealer was gone. So I'm going to keep that in and just keep using it. My NYX Bear With Me setting spray. I'm not using this to set my face, but I am using it to wet my brushes. The Becca Foundation, the Physicians Formula Primer, my e.l.f. powder, my Love in London palette by BH. I do use one of the shades as my brow shade, the shade Crumpet there with that massive pan. And then this Super Shock Shadow from Colourpop and Raw Beauty Christy collab, Mycelium. So those things are staying. As far as eyeshadow palettes are concerned, I don't know. You know what? I have not used this Persona palette in so long. I am going to pull this in. And we might as well pull in Persona 2 as well. So here is what the two palettes look like. Sorry, it wasn't Persona and Persona 2. It's Persona Identity and Identity 2. Those are the palettes. Definitely lots of neutrals, but Identity 2 has some pops of color that are pretty fun. So 2 eyeshadow palettes were good there. I also have some others that I'm working on trying out from recent hauls. So if I get bored of these, I can reach into those as well. My mishmash drawer. I'm kind of wanting to do a cream blush. So for that, I'm going to grab the Rare Beauty cream blush. And for a powder, I don't know. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna grab this Tarte one. This is the Tarte Captivating Blush. It's just a really good peach. I enjoy it. Single shadows. No, since I have Mycelium, I'm not gonna grab anything else right now. For highlight, I'm going to do the Catrice Sungasm highlight. Okay, bronzer. I've said it, I think every time I've done these videos, I need to reorganize so badly. Okay, I might hate myself, but for bronzer, I'm going to use this e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer. I did not like the blush. Let's see if the bronzer's any better. Now this guy, I probably don't. Do I need a foundation? I've got two, both of which are high coverage. So maybe I do need to grab something a little lighter in coverage. Do I? But do I? I don't know. I probably don't, honestly. Oh, hate that foundation. It's concealer. This one's good. Oh man, I miss it. Where's my Smashbox? Okay, I think I'm good for foundation. I'm not gonna grab anything there. Man, do I want to do a face palette? Am I gonna hate all of my makeup this month? There's a part of me that wants to pull this in and just kind of see if I like it. So this is the Pure Bronze and Brighten. I don't know if this is still available. So that's that. And now for lips, my city recently lifted the mask mandate. So that's very exciting, which means lips can be a thing again. What do I want to do to commemorate the occasion? Okay, let's just grab this dose of colors. This is the Nude Mood. We'll grab that and a gloss. No, I'm gonna grab this lip, just a tint from Colourpop. Probably want to grab a gloss to go over Nude Mood though. Oh wait, here's more. What's this one? Truffle. Ooh, hold up. I'm gonna use Truffle. I haven't actually used this shade, so I'm gonna use that. Okay. We'll do the M Cosmetics gloss because it's super comfortable and I know that I'll enjoy it. Okay, so this is what we're working with for this rotation. I hope I don't hate myself for the bronzer. If I absolutely despise it, I am going to allow myself to pull something else in. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.